Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to finally play with the new Nomad New Zealand Stargazing palette. This looks absolutely stunning. Packaging, oh, it's so pretty. So I'm going to, of course, give you guys all the info, do some swatches, create a couple looks, and give you guys all of my thoughts on this newbie right here. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bri, and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot in any makeup, so if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. So here we are with another review for Nomad Cosmetics. I feel like it's been a while since I featured a new palette from Nomad Cosmetics. They've had a couple other releases, but this one right here just really spoke to me. The theme, the packaging, and then you're going to see the color story. It's so beautiful. But let me give you all the info. Nomad Cosmetics is an indie brand, and all of their makeup products are based on destinations, different places in the world. So they are like a travel themed cosmetics company. I love that. They go to different places, and then wherever they get their inspiration from, they usually support some kind of cause that benefits that area. So this palette goes for $59, which is a little bit more pricey compared to their other palettes that range from $39 to $49, but it's because there are some multi-chromes within this palette. It looks like it is still available, so you can totally pick it up if you want to. And let me show you guys the packaging on this. Isn't this so gorgeous? I love it. And then here's the back of it. And then inside there is a mirror, and then here are the shades. I think this is really beautiful. We got some cool tones, pinks, purples, a little bit of warmth in here. But it says on their site that there's 15 deep, dazzling shades formulated with extra fine pigments for rich color payoff and heavenly feel. There's 9 stellar mattes, 6 twinkling multi-chromes inspired by your Take Your Breath Away Stargazing in New Zealand. And it says it's infused with Manuka oil for smooth and crease-proof wear, cruelty-free, and vegan. So we got a lot of multi-chromes in here, and that's definitely the reason why this is a little bit more expensive than their other palettes. So part of the proceeds of like when you purchase this palette will go towards the Dark Sky International, and what they do is restore the nighttime environment and protect communities from harmful effects of light pollution through outreach, advocacy, and conservation. Since this is inspired by stargazing in New Zealand, they're trying to protect those beautiful environments, communities, and like national parks. So I love that they always support a amazing worthy cause. So that is all the info about this gorgeous palette right here. We're gonna get into all these stunning like multi-chromes and mattes and see what kind of looks I can come up with. So I am going to get a little closer and we're gonna get into these looks. So I did go ahead and prime my eyes with the Glam Light Icing eyeshadow base and Buttercream. And I'm thinking a pinky purple look, you know, we'll go with the top that I'm wearing. So I am going to start off with this shade called Auckland Stardom, this beautiful deeper pink, and I'm gonna use that through the crease. Oh, whoa, okay, wow. Very pigmented. I definitely feel like they've improved their matte formula in their like recent palettes, because they used to be more on the buildable side, but now look at that pigmentation. I just love seeing a brand improve and get better and better over time. And I love this brand and what it's all about. So look at that beautiful pink that I'm just gonna run through the crease and pull it out a little bit. I am using an Uden's Eye brush, but I mean, this is blending out very effortlessly, so that is amazing as well. I'm going to go into the Southern Light shade, which is kind of mauve-y pink. It is a little bit lighter than the Auckland Stardom. I'm going to use that over the edge here. I would love to go to New Zealand, by the way. I feel like I'm saying the country name wrong, but it is such a beautiful place from what I can see in the photos. They have all these different like natural environments, and it just seems like a very magical place to visit. It's quite far away from where I live here in Texas, but I'm gonna put that on the to-do list and get out there, because if you guys have been watching me, you know I love to travel and see as much as I can. And I need to go to New Zealand one day. I just need to know what it's like out there and experience the beauty. But anyways, this is blending out the shade really nicely. I'm going to go into the shade called, is it Araki or Araki Mackenzie? It's either Araki or Araki Mackenzie. This beautiful purple shade. We'll see how that works, because purple shades can be finicky. And I'm gonna use that on the outer corner just to deepen everything up a bit. And just slowly work that way into the crease. We'll work that shade into the crease a bit. This one seems just a little bit more sheer than the pink shades, but it's going on nicely and I don't notice any patchiness. So that's really good, because you know, purple shades can be hard to formulate, especially darker purple shades, but I'm just keeping that out here. So I did go ahead and do the same matte on the lower lash line, the pinks, the purple on the outer corner, brought it inward just to match everything up. So now I want to get into these multi-chromes. They all look so exquisite. I definitely want to use this one. Maybe we can also use Carina Nebula in the inner portion and then one of these lighter ones in the inner corner. Yeah, I'm keeping it pink today, guys. I'm just in that like kind of Valentine's Day Barbie mood. So I'm going to start off with Southern Cross. This one looks like a kind of fuchsia to green, maybe like an antique gold. So I have tried their multi-chromes before. They had some in their Royal Europe palette. They're very creamy, super smooth. You don't even have to wet your brush. So I'm gonna do that and not wet it and see how it goes on. Oh, that is beautiful. I just wanted to see how they go on their own. Oh, I love that. I don't know if you guys can see the shift, but now I want to wet it just to get it a little bit more intense. I just wanted to see, you know, you never know. You might prefer it without wetting your brush. This just helps the shade smooth on a little better and be a little bit more vibrant, like when you wet it or you use like a glitter primer. Honestly, they go on so easily and they pick up really well on a brush, these kind of multi-chromes. They're definitely that more traditional black base multi-chromes that are very creamy, very slick. I'll show you how this shade looks on the finger. Like, look at that. It is so creamy. I'll tap some of that on here. You could also use your finger to apply these too. I think they would go really well on with a finger because it helps like smooth out the shade with the warmth of your finger. Oh, that is so pretty. So now let's get into the Carina Nebula shade. This one has maybe like orange. It's a little bit like on the lighter, more pinky side. This one's more like fuchsia. And I think this might also have a green shift, but I'm gonna start without wetting. I think if you do go in without wetting the brush, you might get a little bit more like shimmer fallout, just so you know. And it's easy to pick up a lot on the brush. So just go in lightly because you don't have to dig really hard into the pans for these. Yeah, this one has like a little bit more of an oranginess to it, but it's gorgeous. Just working it all in the inner portion here. But now I need an inner corner highlight to brighten things up. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here. I think it's called Magellantic Clouds. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I probably am not, but I'm trying here. And I'm gonna take this little flat brush and go into it. And I am gonna wet my brush just because I want it to be as intense as possible. And put it right there. Ooh, that has like a little orangey warmthness, but it's so pretty. It's very smooth. I love that they included some lighter shades to work as inner corner highlights or brightening shades. I'm gonna pop that a little bit through the crease here. And I'm gonna take a little bit down here. And here is the shade, by the way, that I use in the inner corner. I think there's like some green, orange, maybe pink to it. It's really beautiful. I can really see that like a little fiery shift to it. But I think that's it for the eyes. I did put some on my brow bone too, just so you guys can see it. I don't know if you guys can. But I'm going to go off camera, work on like the mattes, build some things up. Liner, lashes, you know what I usually do. So I will be right back. All right, my loves, I am back and here is the completed look. Let me show you guys closer so you guys can see. Here, I'll zoom even more. So I made like these little stars and then I got like a liner and connected them to kind of make them look like they're constellations. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, the lines aren't perfect. I'm not a professional makeup artist, but what do you guys think of this? I love it because, you know, it goes with that whole stargazing outer space theme, which is what I wanted to capture with the look. And I did add like a little bit more extra sparkliness to have like that like little twinkly star effect too for the look. So what I did off camera was I took these little star shapes that are like meant for nails, but I put them on my lids up here, like on the upper part, and then I connected them with the JD Glow liner right here and just made that like constellation shape. I think it looks so cool. And then I went over all of that with these little glitter chrome flakes from Ensley. These were like a gift with purchase that I got, and then I put some on the lids too, just to make everything a little bit extra sparkly. I even put some out here because I just want it to look very like nighttime sparkly, you know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think it came out really cool. I like experimenting and trying different designs, and I am really happy with how this turned out. So for the rest of the look, I just use the Thrive Cosmetics liner. I don't know why my voice suddenly got raspy, but this one right here, I did a wing, and then I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Sculpt mascara mixed with the Milani Highly Rated mascara. And then for the waterline, I used the Kaleidos liner and tourmaline. It shifts from like reddish pink to green. That's what's in the waterline. And then I used the Give Me Glow liquid lipstick and Berry Smoothie. I thought this pink was going to match the pinks I have in the crease perfectly. And that is all I did for look number 1. And I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. So now I'm ready to get into look number 2. Now let's get into the second look. I did prime my eyes with the Glamlite Icing eyeshadow base again in Buttercream. And we are going to lean into these beautiful like blue shades now, because why not? I want to try to test as many shadows as possible. So let's go into the shade called the Cosmos first, this beautiful kind of bluish gray, and I'm gonna use that through the crease. Oh, whoa, okay. That is also very pigmented. I'm gonna try to go on lightly because I wanted to use that more as a transition shade. And even though the shade is quite pigmented, it is very easy to blend. They have a really good matte formula. Very user friendly. Now I want to go into the shade called Carter Observatory, and I'm going to use that. Well, this one's a little bit more on the powder end, this shade, and I'm going to use that on the outer corner and through the crease, just a little like lower than where I put that gray shade, just to get things a little bit deeper, get some more blue into the mix. And I'm going to pull it out this way too. You definitely want to make sure to dust off the excess for this shade because it's definitely more powdery than the other shades that I've tried so far in this palette. Now I want to go into this other blue shade called Tekapo Stargazing. This one is more of a brighter blue, and I just want to use that over and bring that into the look too. So I'm kind of going over that other deeper blue. The other deeper blue, the Carter Observatory, it's definitely more like kind of muted, maybe like a navy blue with a little bit of a purple tone to it. And this one's just like more of a brighter, intense blue. This shade is also on the more powdery end, so you want to be careful with fallout because blues can totally ruin like the bottom part here and make you look a little bruised. So you just want to be careful with these deep blue shades. I'm going to go back into the Cosmo shade, and I'm just going to use that on the edge here just to get things a little bit softer, less harsh, get the blend a little better. But I didn't put too much on the brush because I don't want to have it look too pigmented. I just want it to be more of a diffusion kind of shade. So I did go ahead and also do my lower lash line. I took mainly Carter Observatory on the lower lash line, and I used some of the Cosmos in the inner portion and to blend the edge. But you can really see the difference between the blues, like you see the blue through the crease here, and how this blue has a little bit more of a purple tone to it. They're definitely different kind of blues, but they still work really well together. I try not to bring the blue too much into the inner portion just so it doesn't look overly dark. I might need to work on the blend a little bit more, but blues are a little bit more harder to get blended well. I mean, it's never going to be totally perfect, but I think we should now get into the multi-chromes. Like this one right here, I need to use, I think, all over the lid. Yeah, that one is really calling to me. So I think this time I'm gonna use my finger. I just think that's gonna be the best option. This has a purple shift to it, and it looks like it has little sparkles in it too. So let's put that on the lid. This is definitely more of like a black base kind of multi-chrome. And it's so creamy. So I'm just smoothing that on. Now I want to take this shade right here, Jewel Box. This one looks a little unexpected. When I swatch it, there's like a pink shift to it, and I think it will look really pretty against this blue. So I'm going to use that here just to brighten things up just a bit in the inner portion. I mean, it gives some goldiness, but there's definitely like some kind of pinky shift to it. And I think this is gonna be beautiful right here in contrast with the blue. And now we need an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to go into the last shimmer we have not touched, which is Aurora Australis. And I'm gonna use that as my inner corner brightening shade. This one, ooh, it's kind of like an icy pink. Ooh, this is pretty. I think this is gonna be perfect for this eye look. I did not even spray it. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna bring that up into the arch and a little bit down here. And just trying to get things brighter in this inner portion. Okay, and here is the look. I definitely need to clean some things up, work on the blend, but I am going to go do lashes, liner, all that, figure out something for my lips, see if I want to add a little bit of details, and I will be right back. All right, loves, I am back, and here is the completed look. I did add these little white like stars with liner on the lid just to try something else. I didn't do the best job of getting the star shape, but I'll zoom in so you guys can see. Yeah, don't they look kind of like stars? Maybe this side's a little janky. I struggled on this side a bit, but I just wanted to get like the effect that I had little stars and wanted to try something different than using like the little star stick-ons that I have. And I think it still came out really cute. I just put 2 stars on each side, and I did add a little bit of the Nabla Miami Lights glitter onto the lid. This one right here, this like bluish purple color, and just wanted to like add a little bit more sparkle to the lids, and I think that looks really, really pretty. And then for my lashes, I used the 2 same mascaras. I used the same Thrive liner. And then for the lips, I have this one from Udensai. This was from the Halloween collection with Angelica Nikovis. This is the shade Shine Spectral. It's just like a kind of shiny pinky mauve color. I just wanted to keep it a little bit more glossy on the lips and have more focus on the dramatic eyes, but that was everything to complete this look. Oh, I almost forgot to mention the liner I have in the waterline, which is the one from Kaleidos and Sea Sparkle. It's like a kind of baby blue sparkly metallic liner. I just wanted to brighten things up in the waterline since the look is a little bit more on the darker side. But that was everything to complete this second look, and I love it. I love the cool tone vibes of it. So I am now ready to give you guys my final first impressions on this palette. So I really like this palette from Nomad Cosmetics. I love the theme with the cosmos, the stars, and all of that. I'm like really into astrology, stargazing, all of that good stuff, the constellations. So I really like what this palette is all about. And I think the color story is really beautiful. I feel like the packaging really represents what's inside the palette. This is definitely leaning a little bit more cool tone. You do have a little bit of this peachy beige in here and a little bit of warmth, but most of it is cool tone. But I do like how you can go kind of pinky, you can go purple, you can go blue, you could do like a sunset, you could do like a nighttime midnight kind of look with this. And I think the mattes in here are really nice. They're pigmented, they're blendable. The only one I think needed more building was this purple matte right here, but it built nicely and it was able to blend. All the other ones that I used were very pigmented and just went on the lids full impact as soon as you touched it. Like just one little dip in the pan, you're gonna get full color payoff. Now I do feel like this palette leans overly dark. Now you do have this lighter matte right here, but I feel like most of the mattes lean a little deeper. Even this kind of lighter gray here, it looks, I think, darker swatched out than it does in the pan. And then the metallics here are more of those black based multichromes, so you'll have to like those darker, more traditional multichromes, but they're very creamy, they're really beautiful and foiled and super shifty. Now you do have these two lighter shifty shades down here, but because they have a very strong color shift to them, I feel like if you have very, very fair skin, these might have a cast on you, especially if you try to use them in the inner corner, because they shift to a color so strongly. They're not as light on the base or as transparent. They definitely pack a punch with the color. So that's just something to keep in mind if you have a very fair skin tone. I feel like overall this palette is going to lean more on the darker side, but of course you could always pair this palette with other palettes that have some lighter shades, some lighter metallics to break up the depth. But I do think it is a gorgeous, very cohesive color story. You could do a lot with this. You could go blue, you could go reddy pink, you could do something more sunset, something a little bit more like midnight and night vibe to it. So I do like the options in here, and I think the formula is very high quality, both in the mattes and the multichromes. This is an excellent palette, and you just get a lot to work with, and I think $59 is a pretty good deal when you're getting 6 multichromes and these high quality mattes. So if this is a color story you like, if you're into those smooth, slick, more black based multichromes, you're really going to love this. I just think they did a really good job with the theme and the color story and the options in here. And I really like how both of my looks came out, and I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this palette. It's a really, really nice one. But anyways, that was everything for this video. My thoughts, the looks, the swatches, the everything. You guys wanna have to let me know, what are your thoughts in the comments below? Did you purchase? Did you pass? Do you like the color story? Is it not your thing? I would just love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the palette links. I'll have other Nomad videos that I've done in the past. I've pretty much much reviewed most of their palettes. There's a few here and there that I haven't actually picked up, but if you want to see more from the brand, those videos will be linked. And we'll also have my makeup link, like foundation and everything that I'm wearing. I have the same foundation stuff from the first look, so that will be linked below if you want to check those things out for yourself. And I will have my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, being amazing. I just appreciate you guys all so much. And I just hope all of you are doing well wherever you are in the world. I just send you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.